Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are getting Jeb here to Duna because of last video. So if you haven't already, I recommend going and watching that one. It's the reason it'll help you understand why Jeb's actually going to Duna. But it's totally up to you. So yeah. Anyways, here we just got into circular orbit around Kerbal, and I was in the map screen for literally most of this video, so I cut a lot of that out. And here we are now at Duna. It's very short, but yeah, at least I made it there. There we have to get circular with Duna, which will happen here in just a minute. And just wait 1 second. Then create a different maneuver because that one failed, the other original one. I did take a screenshot of this because I thought it looked really cool because of all those satellites that we deployed last video. Go watch that. Still. Should be linked down in the description as well as pretty much all the other videos from this little mini-series. I guess you could call it. So, yeah. So, you gotta get that circular, you have to get circular around Duna. So that way, you can figure out where you're actually going to go. Jeb had a certain spot in mind that he thought he might land by, but he wasn't for sure. Just whatever happened. Whatever ended up happening. So there's that burn to get circular with Duna. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... 0. There you go. I then here's a little tour. There's the rover capsule that Jeb can stay in for however long he needs to. And here's another capsule. And then there's, I think, one more maybe. I don't really remember. Here's another capsule. And here's the front capsule right there. And here we go. Landing Jeb at Duna. And then after we land, crossfade over, there his rover flipped over as he saw this base and tried to get in. Door was locked. So, being Jeb, he just took a little explosive and, exploded it on the base. And the door opened. So, yeah, that's good. And now we got Jeb. He turned on his lights, and out of the corner of his eyes, he saw something. He went over, and it turned out to be another Kerbal. He talked to him. And the conversation that follows goes like this. So the stranger says, "Hello, I've been expecting you." "Who are you?" said Jeb. "I have been watching you and waiting for all these years," said the stranger. Jeb then says, What do you mean?" "The space shuttle is mine. The base, the rocket there, that was all mine." Jeb then said, I don't understand. But I'll say it one last time. Who are you?" Then, the stranger here, he says, "You've done very well. I am very, very proud, brother." Because, yes, it turns out that, stranger is Jeb's brother named Kip. He didn't even know he had him. So, long lost brother, am I right? Anyways, yeah, it's his long lost brother. But then here's his story. Jeb's brother's story. It goes like this. "Back when we were kids, just 2 years old, I wandered off at the mall and got lost. No one ever found me. As I got older, I've read about science and space and studied the stars and the Mun and Minimus and all the other planets with just my eyes. Then, one day, I found some old scraps and put them together to make a space plane. I called it the Mun Explorer, as I really wanted to go to the Mun. I brought it to every single space agency I could think of, but all of them just said it was too ludicrous to build a shuttle to the Mun. So I put it all together on an abandoned parking lot out in the middle of nowhere and launched it myself. Everything was fine, and I made it to the Mun, but on landing the reaction wheels failed and it spun out, exploding the engines. I knew I couldn't freak out because, well, I only had a limited oxygen, but luckily I had learned how to create oxygen, or how to create an oxygen generator. I stayed there until one day I saw a rocket flying towards the moon. It landed close by, and when I left and checked it out over time, more rockets came over time, and I found more debris from those rockets. Then one day I packed up and flew to Duna with a scrap rocket, and I was able, and as I was flying, I was able to and I found more scraps on Duna. As I as I flew to Duna more and more, I found more scraps. Soon I was able to build more rockets, and then the Mun base underground, and then this Duna base right here. I would go back and forth between this base and the Mun base. I would always have a spare rocket with me, just in case. But one day there was an air leak at the Mun base, and I had to leave. I still left a rocket, but I miscalculated, and it ran out of gas, apparently for you. Yeah, that's what Jeb then said. Yeah, it did. Well, anyway, I had to live here full time because I had more time, and because I had more time, I built that huge rocket out there. Now, that brings us today. That brings us to today. I have been hacking the KSC's computers and cameras and launches and everything to see if you'd ever find me. Then you understood the hint that something was up on Duna when all those comm satellites came here. I knew you would know. Well, I guess you should be on your way. Wait, you're not coming with? There's plenty of room and snacks on that rocket for both of us. I would be in so much trouble with all of Kerbal kind if I did. No, you wouldn't. Right now, they're panicked because they think you're an alien. Please come back. I mean, think about it at least. I do have some time for the window of launch. Okay, I'll come. I really would like to see Kerbin again. And so that's the conversation. You just let this footage finish up on screen here. I gave myself just a little extra time, just in case I, stuff like that, just in case I failed. The rocket, I think, ran out of propellant. But, I don't know. Let's see here. Yep, there we go. So yeah. So they got on the rocket, and the rocket launched. It's my first rocket launch on Duna. It was pretty cool. Actually really fun. But, yeah. So, here goes the rocket, launching. And then, 3, 2, 1. It's a little wobbly there. But it held up nice and fine and didn't actually explode, so that was good. And then, slowly we got into orbit. Just wait for it here. Boom. Boom. There we go. We can time warp and get into orbit now. Delete and close the time warp. And continue. There you go. This is about, I don't know, however many days. About a year later, I guess, maybe. But KSC has not had contact with Jeb for about a year now because he went rogue and did this on his own. It was about another year, so 2 years now. I think it's been like 2 years since they've had contact with him. He's finally, you just got to create the maneuvers. It did say that it ran out of fuel, but it basically, it was all fine in the end. I swear, I did not hack. I did not use infinite fuel, as you'll see. There's definitely plenty of fuel on this rocket. Just go look at the corner of your screen. There's all those engines, and it had plenty of fuel. You'll see in just a moment. I'll show you. Just wait. After I get out of Duna's sphere of influence, I then was able to use the maneuver node, creator, get the ascending and descending nodes perfect. And then, well, yeah. While this is happening, I would like to talk about Firefly, rocket company, launched for their first time ever yesterday as of the recording date of this video, so about 2 days ago, I think, as of the release date. They launched, and yeah, their rocket didn't do too well, but I think it's really cool. They had a few satellites on it, but It did not make it. The rocket did explode, but keep in mind this is their first launch ever. They've never done a launch at all, and so it's something completely new. And here they are, Jeb and Ben. Ben is his brother's name. Coming in, coming in, coming in, and landed. So yeah, that's about the end of today's video. Anyways, I'll continue talking about Firefly, as some other footage should play on screen. But yeah, Tim Dodd, the everyday astronaut, he was chosen as the official the official host for this for this launch. He was the one who hosted the stream for it. And so yeah, I just watched a video from Scott Manley, and apparently what happened was, or what he thinks happened anyways, was one of the engines went out, and then they tried to fly it up a little bit more so that way it would be out of the way when they exploded it. Of course, that's not actually, that's just from what we understand. This is a Scott Manley video, and so from what he understood, or what he saw, that's what he thinks happened, and that's very possible what could happen. It's still waiting on a response. But yeah, also Kerbal Space Program just released a 18-second clip just recently about some sort of thing. I don't really remember what it was. I watched it one time, but I didn't really take the name into my memory. And KSP2 is looking pretty sweet, I think. So yeah, go just check out the Kerbal Space Program channel. I think it was a pretty cool video. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe, and click the bell for notifications so that way you don't miss out on any other videos. See you guys next week.